Hey guys, it's Fitness Friday. I have a special for you today. So I've been broke before and into fitness, and I've been, doing well financially and also into fitness. And I'm going to talk about when I was broke, what did I do with fitness? Like, how do you take care of your health on a budget? Right? Some of you watching, you may not be in that position and this may not apply to you so much, but it's going to give you some good ideas. And some of you, for you guys, it might be something where you're like, wow, I didn't think about that. Let me try that. Because I was talking to a new sales guy of mine the other day, and he's doing meal prep. And he's like, man, I'm doing my meal prep. And he hired a trainer and all this stuff, which is awesome. And it just made me think about those days when I was first getting started, and I want to share some of my hacks with you. Okay, so also, if you stay to the end of the video, I want to give you a special on how to save money on food and get your supplements all at the same time. Okay, so be sure you watch to the end. All right, guys, Fitness Friday. If you're on a budget, what do you do? Okay, so here's what I did. Back when I was probably 18, 19, 20, when I was a bodybuilder, so I was a competitive bodybuilder, and I also had a monthly household income of maybe $3,000 between me and my wife at the time. And so we had, rent, we had car payments, we had, all the normal stuff people have, right? And we still had, we want to eat well, we want to supplement, we want to go to the gym, and we also want to basically, be on a good, stable budget where we can make financial progress, right? So here's what I did. The first thing that I did is I did a budget in the first place, right? I looked at where's my money going, and I looked at, okay, I need to be doing my meals, right? So I would order bulk chicken breast from Costco. Okay, I would get frozen bulk chicken breast. Is this organic? No, but you're broke right now. If you're on a budget, you're not worried about eating organic. Like, you need to be eating something that's good for you, it's wholesome, and it's not McDonald's or Totino's Pizza or Top Ramen, right? So I would get frozen chicken breast from Costco. Now, back in the day, I think I could get 5 pounds of it for like 20 bucks, right? And so if you do the math on that, like if I get 5 pounds of chicken breast and I'm eating, maybe let's say half a pound a meal, right? That's a pretty good cost per meal. So I get a big old thing of frozen chicken breast. Then I would get from Costco, Sam's Club, wherever, a bulk bag of white rice. Okay, that's maybe 40 bucks, and that's probably 5 or 10 pounds. Okay, and then I would get a bag of frozen broccoli. Now the broccoli one, guys, I accidentally bought 4 pounds of frozen broccoli the other day, and that was not very expensive, and it's a lot of broccoli. It's probably gonna last me an entire month, and I probably spent 30 bucks on that maybe. Right? And so if I'm thinking about this for a whole month, I probably can get a bag of chicken. That's a week. Okay, that rice is gonna last me a whole month, and then I've got the broccoli. So that's gonna be, like a week's worth of food on the chicken. I get 4 or 5 of those things that last me for a month. Right? Now for breakfast, here's what I did. This is again at Costco. You can tell I liked Costco. I would get the giant thing of 60 eggs. The 60 count, it's giant, this big old block of eggs. I put it in my fridge, and that was probably like 15, 20 bucks. Right? And that was gonna be my breakfast. I would get eggs, and then I would get oatmeal, right? And so for breakfast, I would make scrambled eggs. I would have a bowl of oatmeal. That's a very cheap, inexpensive breakfast. Okay, so I had a good complex carbohydrate for breakfast. I had a good complex carbohydrate for lunch with my rice. I had protein in the eggs. I had chicken for lunch, right? And then I had my other meal of the day, which was dinner. So dinner, I would get usually, 85% or better lean ground beef, again from Costco. I'm not promoting Costco on this. I just did a lot of Costco shopping, but I get lean ground beef, and I'd have that, and then I would, do the rice again. Okay, and again on the beef, like depending on where you want to go with this, like if you're okay with lower quality, higher fat, you could get, maybe cheaper ground beef. You're gonna have higher fat content. You'll spend less money. I wanted something a little bit leaner, right? So 85% lean. Maybe 90, maybe 95 if I could find it, right? It was not gonna have as much fat content. It'd be a little bit healthier for me. So I'd have the ground beef, I'd have some of the white rice with that. I would get some barbecue sauce as well, put that on top. That was my final meal for dinner. Now in between I had my snacks, right? So for snacks, I liked to get like trail mixes with dried fruit, with nuts, right? I wasn't big on beef jerky. Right, a lot of people when they think, I want healthy snacks, they think beef jerky. Beef jerky is one of the most expensive ways you can eat meat. I don't know why, it's just super expensive. So instead of that, I would do protein shakes. Okay, I would get protein powder, which, back then I didn't know about First Form nutrition yet, so I was using other stuff, but today I would use First Form. I would use their Hydro Whey protein or their normal whey protein. Okay, and again, you can go to our First Form link if you go to store.wealthdynamics.com, and you can check that out. I'm a first form Legionnaire. So I would do protein powder. And then the other one that I do, guys, is I do meal replacement bars. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a hack. Do not tell everyone about this, especially if you're in the Tampa area, because I will be upset at you if you buy all of these. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this now. Don't tell everyone, this is just for you. If you go to Vitamin Shop at the end of the month, on their discount table, their protein bars are half off. They're not expired, they have to get rid of them when there's 4 to 6 weeks left. Right, so you still have 4 to 6 weeks left of eating protein. In my opinion, longer. It's dried milk. Like it's already, whatever was gonna happen to it already happened. It's gonna be good for a while, right? So you can go there and so you can get protein bars where one bar might be $1 or $1.50. And they're pretty delicious. This is not the stuff that I grew up on. When I was, in high school, protein bars were nasty, guys. These ones taste pretty good. It's fantastic tasting, actually. And it's about, a half a meal or a full meal. So if I ate 2 of them and each one was $1, I just spent $2 on a meal that's gonna give me good protein, it's gonna give me carbohydrates and fats for $2. Okay, you find somewhere else where I can get a meal for $2. Right, so I buy all of them. Like when I'm there, if I find one that I like, I just went there a couple weeks ago. I spent $100, I think, and I got like 100 protein bars. Okay, that's gonna last me for a while, I'm set, right? But that's a $2 meal. And even today, it's like, okay, I need a snack. I did my breakfast. I did my lunch. I did my dinner. I need a snack. Instead of getting, another thing of chicken or going out and getting a burrito or whatever it is people might do, I just grab one of those out. It's super fast. It tastes good. It's got all the nutrients that I need and I'm set, right? So that's my little life hack for you today. Now, the other thing is your vegetables. Okay, you need to get your vegetables, you need to get your fruits. So I was big on spinach. At Costco, I would go, and again, it's Costco, but I get their mega thing of spinach, giant thing of spinach, and I would just eat spinach, right? You don't need to put ranch dressing. If you want to put some balsamic vinegar on it, fine. But if I mix it in with my chicken or my beef, boom, I've got some spinach there as well. And then for my meals, like if I'm doing fruits, I would do bananas, I would do apples, I would do oranges. Those are already very inexpensive. Okay, so that's the diet side that I would work on. And that's a very inexpensive way to buy food. Let's talk about supplements. If I'm on a diet, there's a couple things I'm looking at. Number one is I know that I need protein powder. Okay, because that's gonna help with my meals. That's gonna help with my protein for the day. The second thing is I wanna make sure that I have a good post-work carbohydrate. Post-workout, I want carbs. I need to replenish my body. If I'm cutting and dieting down, maybe not such a big deal. Okay, but what I would do, because you could go to the Vitamin Shop or wherever and you could buy a very expensive thing of post-workout carbohydrates and it's got a name brand and it's sexy. Go to Walmart, get a giant thing of Gatorade powder. Okay, it's got electrolytes, it's got salt, it's got sugar for your carbohydrates. So I would take a scoop of this, I'd put the Gatorade powder in a scoop of water, I'd shake it up, I'd buy creatine monohydrate, I'd mix that in there, I'd put some glutamine, boom, I've got my own post-workout cocktail that cost me maybe 25% of what it would cost me to go buy a name brand one. Okay, I don't do that today because again, I'm not broke. I have my supplement game worked out with First Form. I've got something I use there, but this was back when I was broke. Okay, the other thing you could do is if you want a post-workout carbohydrate, guys, it's just sugar. Go to Costco and get a giant thing of gummy worms, right? Don't go crazy, get a handful after your workout, there's your sugar, right? But I would do that or I would do Gatorade and then I would make sure I did my multivitamin. That's another important one. So if I had to sacrifice everything, okay, I don't need my pre-workout. Okay, I can go drink coffee. I can make an espresso and shot that right before my workout, boom, I've got the energy. So that part's handled. I would probably do an amino acid. I wouldn't do branched chain. I would do an essential amino acid where it's going to have a more profile of aminos. There's a lot of studies that have come out showing that essential amino acids aren't as good as we thought they were. They're not bad. It's just not a magical thing. So do essential instead of your branched chain amino acids. So I do essential amino acids. I do a multivitamin. I do the protein powder. And then that's kind of it, right? Like if I'm just sticking to basics, that's basics. Okay, and if you do that, you're probably spending $100 a month on supplements, maybe $150. Your grocery budget is maybe $500-600 a month. That's very doable. You're getting your meals in, you're getting the right macros and everything, okay? So check this out. If you click in the comments and you DM me and you say meal replacement, okay, meal replacement, I'm gonna give you a link on where I get my meal replacements from First Form. It's not the one from Vitamin Shop. Sometimes you can get them there. I don't think it's very often, but these are the best ones. So if I'm not buying on a budget, and even if I am, let's say a meal replacement bar, instead of being, $1.50, it's $3. $3 is, you can't get the $3 meal anywhere. You're not gonna get that at McDonald's. You're not gonna get that at Subway. You're not gonna get that at Qdoba. You're not gonna cook that at home from the store, right? So if you comment below meal replacement, I'll give you the link for the ones that I use. They're delicious. They're super healthy. They've got a lot of good stuff in them. That's all I got for you today for this Fitness Friday. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.